Egusi soup is such a delicious soup to have, especially the frying method. The only problem with the frying method is that it gets burnt easily and then it takes up most of our time in the kitchen. That's why today I'm sharing my boiling method recipe for egusi soup. This method not only ensures that your soup doesn't get burnt, but it also reduces your cooking time in half. My name is Ehi and you're welcome to my kitchen. So I started off by cooking my protein. For this I'm using beef, but you can use any protein of choice. I added in some chopped onions, some roughly blended scotch bonnet peppers, some beef seasoning, gave that a good mix, and then I covered it up and allowed it cook on medium heat for about 3 minutes. Now notice I didn't add water. Yes, I didn't add water because I want the beef to acclimatize itself with the flavors in the pot and release some of its juices. Once this had cooked for about 3 minutes and the beef had released some of its juice, I gave that another good mix. Then I added in some water to ensure that the beef cooks properly, covered that up and allowed it cook on medium heat for another 5 minutes. Now, you can leave yours to cook for longer depending on your preferred meat texture. Personally, I like my meat not too soft and a little bit hard. And then again, the beef is going to be cooking throughout the cooking process, so I didn't think to leave it for longer. Now, after 5 minutes, I gave that a good mix. Then I went in with my stockfish. I added in some extra water because I wanted the stockfish, to cook properly. Then I covered it up and allowed it cook for another 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I like to go in with my chopped Kpomo because I do not think that there is egusi soup without chopped Kpomo. I added in some blended crayfish. I like to add my crayfish in batches when I make egusi soup. I added some extra roughly blended scotch bonnet pepper for that extra kick. If you are not a pepper person, you can skip this part. And because I'm an onion person, I had to go in with some extra onion and some extra seasoning. Like I always say, if you're a salt person, at this point you want to add salt to taste. Then I went in with my palm oil. Now at this point you want to add palm oil to your preferred taste. If you are the kind of person that likes to see oil float over your egusi soup, please feel free to add as much oil as you can. Now once this had started to boil, it was time to go in with my ground egusi. Now I like to make my ground egusi into a paste-like form. What I do is I just add a little bit of warm water and I make it into a paste like this. Some people like to put theirs into the pot as it is, but this is just about preference for me. Another thing I like to do when I make egusi is I like to cut it into the pot as though I'm frying akara. Again, this is just about preference for me, but I feel like it just ensures that some of the egusi comes in, those small lumps, which makes it finer. After that, I covered the pot and allowed this come to a boil for about 2 minutes. Now after 2 minutes, this is what we have, guys. The soup is already coming together and can you see how beautiful it looks? Anyway, I gave that a good mix to ensure that everything was well incorporated. Then I went in with the second batch of my crayfish and some extra seasoning because I tasted this and I felt like it needed extra seasoning, plus I wasn't going to use salt for this anyway. So I gave that a good mix to ensure that everything marries each other. Then I went in with my smoked catfish, guys. I do not think that I ever make egusi soup without this fish. This fish just amplifies the taste and the aroma of the soup. I covered this up and allowed it simmer for about 2 minutes just so that the fish releases its flavors into the soup and also gets acquainted with all of the flavors in the pot. After 2 minutes, guys, the food is literally ready. If you're not a vegetable person, you can literally serve this at this point. But being a vegetable person, I went in with some chopped pumpkin, also known as ugwu leaves, and some Uziza because I think that Uziza just takes the taste of the soup to another level. Gave that a good mix, and because I like to do too much, I covered this up and allowed it simmer for another 30 seconds. And guys, food is ready. Please, guys, please, can you see how beautiful this looks? Like, this looks so sumptuous. At this point, I was salivating. Like, what is this? I had to serve this for my man with some yellow gari eba because he enjoys having egusi soup with yellow gari. But you can have this with any swallow of choice, pounded yam, fufu, or even amala. Let me know how you make your egusi soup and if you've ever tried the boiling method recipe and how it comes out for you. Please guys, don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.